Hey guys, welcome to another episode of European Motors, and we are here again in the C63 AMG, guys. It is a beautiful car to drive, I have to tell you. If you haven't seen the other video looking at the 5 best things, look down at the bottom of the video and you should be able to click. There should be a link right there. But we're going to review the worst things about this car. Now, don't get me wrong, this is an amazing car, but no car is perfect. You might want to know, what are the worst things about it? I'll let you know right now. Number 1. There is a danger aspect to this car, and what does that mean? Well, I think that if you were able to hear that, which I think you were, that kind of speaks to it right there. There's a lot of power in this car. If you floor this car, it could be a little dangerous, because even though you have a traction control system in place, it is not the greatest in the world. You will be able to spin, even if the traction control is on. It hasn't happened to me, but I just feel it, because you can feel that you have to let go of the accelerator. It also could be the tires that are on this car. These aren't the original tires. There's a lot of horsepower in this car, and it's very light, and that could be a deadly combination. They make cars heavier for a reason. Sometimes they make them too heavy, but sometimes they purposefully make a car heavy because there's so much horsepower that you need that weight so that you don't just go flying off the road. And so this is a car that I think the engine's a little too big for the small package. You know, this is very lightweight materials that this car was made of. It is not by means the lightest car ever. It's not a Mini Cooper, but I mean, look at that. That performance is crazy. Number 2, guys, I think everyone knows about this, and if you don't, you should hear about it. The transmission on this car is horrendous. It really is horrendous. I don't know why the Mercedes is still coming out with the automatic transmission. I believe the 2016 is coming out with the same, or if not very similar transmission, still automatic. It is horrible, guys. It doesn't shift when it's supposed to. It shifts when it's not supposed to. If you use the paddles here, it's basically useless, because you will click the paddle and sometimes it will go into the gear and sometimes it won't. One time I literally clicked the paddle 3 times and then it clicked. It went in. It's very jolty. It works when it wants to. If you're in higher RPMs, it actually is slower to shift. I don't know why that makes sense. So this, I believe, has the same transmission that is in the C250, or at least that's how it seems. It seems like it just can't handle the power, and when you slow down, that's when it shifts better. And so, horrible transmission on this car. I give it an F, honestly. It barely shifts, you know. And it's not this car, believe me. It's kind of notorious. Mercedes is notorious for their transmissions. Number 3, guys, I hate to say this, but this car is not made with the entire package in mind. So this car, it seems like the people who are working on this car weren't working together. There was someone who said, hey, you work on the engine. Then, hey, you over there at the other side of the, the other side of the city, work on the transmission. Hey, you on the other side of the city, work on the body. That's how this car feels like, guys. Like someone just plunked this engine in here, and then this body, not much was done to it. Yes, visually a lot was done to it, but in terms of handling and things like that, it's not, again, it's not a complete package. It does not, I hate to say this, but I do, from driving these two, it does not compare to a BMW. BMW, maybe the performance isn't as high, but BMW is really good at looking at the entire package and looking how can they mesh everything together so that the car works cohesively as a great unit. Mercedes, at least in this car, did not do that. They did not accomplish that. The tires in the back aren't wider than the regular C-Class. At least they don't feel like it. You don't get that much grip from them. The tires should be huge in the back to take care of all that horsepower. You want, the car is so skinny, you want a wider car to be able to handle that. It is high as well. It's just not a complete package. Number 4, the materials of this car, guys. The interior is nice. It's actually one of the positives about the car, but it's also a negative in that a lot of the materials that were used, as you can see, aren't the greatest. There's a lot of plastic. I know tons of car makers use plastic, but it's not even done in a way where they can cheat you, where it's like you know, this looks carbon fiber, or this looks like a great material, but it's not. That would have even been nice. It's not. Look, all this sound, plastic, plastic, plastic. There's not really an inch of wood in here. This is not wood. It's plastic. It is nice, but it doesn't go above and beyond. And finally, 5, guys, there's no exclusivity in this car. And what I mean by that, there's nothing in this car that makes you go, wow, that makes you go, oh my gosh, that makes you feel special. Yes, the engine's big. Yes, the performance, great. But trust me, when you drive it, there's no feeling of, oh my gosh, I'm in something special. You know, you should see limits in things like, whoa, the cup holders, things like that. I actually love these cup holders, by the way. They're one of the best I've ever seen. But if you do want to look at the positives, look down at the description or at the bottom of this video. I should have a link so that you can see the best things. Thank you for watching, guys. We would appreciate a like, a comment, and a subscribe so we can grow our channel, get more of these out. These we try to do weekly, and so we try to stay with it, bring you a different vehicle or bring you a different topic. Thank you guys for watching.